Alright, everybody, welcome back. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Now, you may be wondering why I am making a new video so soon. And it's because I had to address some recent allegations and controversies regarding my last video. And, I guess just say, yeah, we're gonna put that all behind us this time. I've got a new character, because, I'm not gonna name names, but that old character, he rubs some people the wrong way. So now I am a child of God, and I can do no wrong because I am a Roblox default character. See what I mean? Oof, am I right, guys? So yeah, let's just get started on it and leave the past behind us, I suppose. So I'm going at it with mouse and keyboard this time around because, funny enough, it makes less noise, I guess, which is funny. But we'll jump right into this new one. So for first topic, it's a bit of a weird one, but stay with me on this one. We're gonna talk about hypnosis, hypnotism, if you would like to call it. This is maybe we'll do a new segment. Maybe we'll do some like vocab for the 7-year-olds out there. The word of the day is hypnotism. Okay, so so this is what we're gonna talk about. So a lot of people seem to think that hypnosis is not real. I'm here to tell you that you can have that opinion, but you're wrong. Because I have literally witnessed a man I knew, and obviously that was just a whiff on my part. Obviously, people are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about here if they know me and they know this scenario. I've witnessed a man be hypnotized, and then I have witnessed a lot of other people be hypnotized and do things that are considered very embarrassing with very little regard for themselves, right? So there we are. There's a guy who claims to be a hypnotist, and obviously we're all a bit skeptical. Skeptical. It's a bit early. We're all a bit skeptical about this, right? And this man, he hypnotizes people. That was the thing. He was a professional hypnotist, and obviously, it just like, for most people that would just be like, what is this guy talking about? You know what I mean? Like, that's very clearly not real. And you'd think that until it worked and people were doing outrageous stuff right in front of you. And I don't know, it's hard to explain in person, that kind of thing, because it's really hard to believe unless you see it in person and you see one of your peers fall under the spell of the master hypnotist. You know what I mean? Because that guy was that good. And I don't know what more to say about that. You know what I mean? I thought it would be a good talking point, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really I don't really have much to say about hypnosis. I wish I did, but I don't. Hypnosis is, I guess it's just one of those topics that, I don't know, there's really not a lot of room to cover, because it's like, I'd love to talk about the science behind hypnosis and, all the times I've hypnotized people and all that stuff, but let's be real, I have very, very little, very little information on hypnosis because I've really only dealt with it that one time. It's kind of like, it's like a myth. I wonder if people go to school for hypnosis. You think it's like there's like a clown college, but like for hypnosis, or like, you think that's the kind of thing you just like learn on YouTube, like how to change a tire or something, and you just go right ahead and you just start practicing on people. You know what I mean? Who knows? Or who knows? Maybe all those people got paid, and I'm just being absolutely fooled right now. And the peer got paid, and he got chosen like before the show started. You know what I mean? Some like breaking the magician's code type stuff, and it was really all fake. But as it stands, it's like one of those things where it's like, It's like believing in mythical creatures, you know. I'm gonna stand by the fact that I do believe hypnosis is real, at least in some way, shape, or form. Oh my, well that's not good. I should probably get cooking on this stair set. Oh no, this is actually kind of hard with mouse and keyboard. Keep going. All right, so next topic. Speaking of believing in things like Bigfoot, go ahead and put what your favorite cryptid is in the comment section. For me, I used to read a book series called like America's Very Own Monsters back in elementary school, and my favorite was always the Mothman. The Mothman is like the Chad of cryptids, of American cryptids, right? I would say the lowest tier is let's see, what would the lowest tier of cryptid be? I It's sad to say it because it's the most plausible one actually, and I honestly do think it's kind of funny. It is kind of a meme. I think Hoop Snake is the worst. I would actually, if I were to place my bets on any of them being real, Hoop Snake is definitely probably the realest one. But like, it's just not interesting, you know. Giant, really hairy guy, right? Interesting. Like Mothman, interesting. Goatman, interesting. Hoop Snake, that's just a snake eating its own tail and spinning in circles. You know what I mean? And oh, Chupacabra. Chupacabra is a good one too. Actually, that's I just thought about that one. Chupacabra is a pretty solid one. But yeah, Mothman is a top tier. Is a top tier cryptid. The movie with whatever that guy's face is, Mothman Prophecies, also a fantastic movie. That movie, that movie's a trip. It's like based on real accounts too, which is even funnier. And it's also kind of odd because it's a good movie, right? Oh, we were supposed to jump on those. It's a good movie, and but the weird part is that it almost has like nothing to do with Mothman. Mothman is put on like the back burner because like instead of it being a movie like that was like based off like a killer or something, like a slasher movie where Mothman just goes around like absolutely murking everybody, it's instead like a psychological thriller that has very little to do with Mothman other than just like I guess like the urban legends surrounding it. So I think that might be an 18 plus movie though. So if you have a legal adult with you, maybe ask them to watch it. Or if you are literally an adult, watch Mothman Prophecies. It's a great movie. Which I guess brings us to the next topic, which is the de-evolution of a Mothman, which is I don't know, regular moths. What is happening here? Someone shadow clone jutsu over here? This is horrendous. Alright, I'm just gonna leave there. So, anyway, let's talk about moths. I'm sure most people have had experiences with moths. I'm pretty sure they're like most parts. Man, I'm telling you. Last video, these got me. These got me good. I hate these stupid like guess and choose ones. But moths, right, are I don't know. I would assume they're necessary for something. It's a lot like bees, but honestly, moths I feel like are not very interesting. I don't know. You feel free to prove me wrong. I don't think they do very much. They probably do a lot, but you know, I'm just ignorant to what moths do. And to be honest, moths are kind of more of a nuisance to me, if anything. If they were to be anything, honestly, that's the thing. Is like moths, you see them, they're sitting at your light. That's about all they do. That's literally like it. But you know, just them being there, obviously, it's kind of annoying because you know sometimes they'll fly around you and blah 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 blah. So I don't know. I've seen pretty big moths before too. And I'm not gonna lie, um, I'm not the biggest fan of bugs. It's not like I like to just like pick them up and touch them and stuff. But I don't mind them. It's just like I would rather not be close to bugs. You know what I mean? And yeah, I've seen a massive one. So we were out camping one time. Okay, we were out camping one time, and I saw this moth that was like absolutely massive. Like it was probably like, man, this would be crazy. It was absolutely massive. I would say probably the size of like, if you've ever seen a person, what is happening right now? If you've ever seen like a person with big hands, right? It was probably the size of a person with big hands, which is a straight up guesstimation and also depends on how big the person with the biggest hands is that you've seen. You know what I mean? So that's a guess. It's a bit. Maybe you know that one guy who's like the arm wrestling champion and has hands the size of most people's head. You know what I mean? So it's up to the imagination on that one how big this moth was. Man, that one is absurd. I guess we'll just plug away at it. Am I doing the right thing here? Or does that just change colors? Am I being stupid? Oh my god, I am. Okay, well, let's just continue on and act like that never happened. So, anyway, next topic. Talk about the Roblox default character and what symbolism the Roblox default character has to me, right? So, a lot of people, they refer to this as the noob, right? And it's because way back in the day, this used to be the default character. Man, these are all giving me hard times today. Suppose I'm a bit rusty with mouse and keyboard. But yeah, like this character in particular reminds me of the good old days. And essentially this character, right? Oh, come on. I wasn't even touching that. This character reminds me of when I tried to play Roblox as a kid with my sister. And we loaded it up, and I swear Roblox used to be a lot different of a game. Like, I swear when we first downloaded it, right? Like, you spawned into an area and it was just like a house and you had to like build your own stuff. And Robux still existed, I know, because we definitely asked my mom for one. But like, yeah, you spawned in, there was like a house and you had to like build your own stuff. And obviously that's just kind of what I thought Roblox was. It must have evolved a lot. Either that or I was just young and wasn't really paying attention to what Roblox actually was. Cuz I swear I remember being like you had to like build your own stuff and it gave you your own place, the own house and all that. And these hitboxes in this level are trash. And yeah, that's just what I remember it being, you know what I mean? And promptly after we got into Roblox, we got a virus. So, you know. I also remember that used to be an issue with Roblox, is I swear we were never allowed to download it as kids because it could give viruses. So there must have been a lot of fake links for it or something back in the day that obviously kids would fall for because they didn't have any know-how on, what not to go to for a website and stuff like that. But no harm, no foul. Sorry about that one, Mom. It come to think about it, my childhood was a bit weird because it was a lot different than, I guess, a lot of people's childhoods, because like I feel like me especially, I was born in 2001, obviously, like I said. Obviously, I could be 19 and born in, I believe, 2002 by now. But yeah, because I have a friend who was 19 now. And actually I have a couple friends that are 19 now. But I have one of them that was born in 2002. So, um yeah, so I was born in 2001, and it's weird because our generation was really like, I would say, and it wasn't even all of us, it was just a few of us, obviously, like just a handful who grew up. I'm telling you, these hitboxes suck. Who grew up like playing games. Like I feel like some of my youngest memories were literally of playing video games, which obviously was, I wouldn't say, and on the computer. That's a good clarification. Playing video games on the console had, it had been around for like a decade or so, but we grew up on like the computer with internet and like playing flash games and stuff like that, which we were the first generation, I would say, that really grew up on that kind of stuff, which is, it's a bit sad because if you've been paying attention, I just checked literally like the other day, and Flash is now permanently gone. Like you cannot play Flash. It removed it from my system. Flash games are non-playable anymore, and it's really sad because there's actually like so many games that are like literally my childhood. Like I remember playing as a wee lad on my computer at home that are just gone. They've been wiped off the face of the planet. And it's actually just really sad that they even made that decision in the first place. It's kind of weird that they did, because I swear it's not like people were using Flash for anything other than making games at this point, it seemed. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of weird. And it's a bit odd that, I guess, even if they didn't let you make stuff, it was a bit odd that they just took it out entirely. You know what I mean? And you just can't play it anymore. Can't have it. You can't play the games anymore. Or maybe you can. Maybe there's some bootlegged Flash extensions I haven't looked into, but I should look into that, because that would still be sick to play some Flash games these days, because I do that always from time to time too. Obviously, this is more of what I'm doing now, but I do that from time to time too, because that really is, it is like my childhood, is playing on the computer, playing some Flash games. Obviously I played console games too, but I think the computer games are more relevant to what I'm doing now, in this video, because Roblox wasn't really on console until, what, the past like 5 years on next gen consoles, which that's actually a pretty solid segue. Let's talk about that. So, next gen consoles. It's gonna take me a while to buy a Series X, but for the Xbox One itself, it was actually dead opposite. I remember going on like the week of the launch of Xbox One, right? Just rolling into my local GameStop and just buying one. I still have the first Xbox, like first edition Xbox. It's it's at my friend's right now, but that Xbox is still there. It's still kicking. Good times with that Xbox. And it was just odd because I feel like it was hyped, but like it also seemed less hyped than the Series X and PS5. And on top of that, it was also like I could actually get an Xbox One. I feel like Series X and PS5, I feel bad for the people that want them, because obviously I have a PC and I don't really need it. I would like to get one eventually, because I think the Series X is really neat, and a good bang for the buck. But I don't need it, so I can hold off on it until it gets cheaper. But it's weird because I feel terrible for, especially when Christmas time came around. I felt terrible for all the people who wanted them and like actually just could not get them because if you haven't noticed, not only are we going through a a virus pandemic, right? We're also going through a scalper pandemic, right? There's people scalping literally everything, like anything and everything these days. And at least from my perspective, like there's people scalping cleaning supplies, people scalping games and card games and stuff that's literally for fun. And it's just unfortunate that that's what some people resort to because obviously I always talk about it, scalping's always been a thing, right? But like especially in the music industry, I talk about it all the time. I've gone to a lot of concerts, and most people that have gone to concerts, I mean, you know exactly what I'm going to talk about here, and it's people outside the venue selling bootleg shirts, selling tickets. Like people have done that forever, right? Especially with music. But it's sad to see it bleeding into these other industries. Like my my friend Truepain Gaming, right, has just made a video on Digimon because he plays Digimon. I guess I could say professionally. Yeah, he's on a team and everything. And he made a video with all of the Digimon creators talking about, scalping and how a lot of people just can't get their hands on the product and all that. And it's sad too, especially when it comes to children's stuff. Like at least stuff that's kind of marketed more towards children. So, like games, card games, consoles, stuff like that cuz obviously, kids a lot of the time are the primary demographic and they're also the ones that suffer from it because obviously as a kid, you don't really have much money at all. It's all up to your parents and stuff like that. And a lot of times, yeah, they just aren't going to do it launch day. They aren't going to fork over the cash launch day, like midnight release, that kind of thing. So the ones that suffer are are the kids who literally cannot buy this stuff like instantaneously. You know what I mean? Like good example, we have this Target here, and you know it restocks card games, right? Like every week. But obviously, guess who's not there waiting? Like, guess who's not there waiting for the restock immediately when it happens at like 8 a.m. in the morning? It is children. You know what I mean? Because children are gonna wake up. Well, they can't, especially if it's like a school day. They can't just wake up and go wait for and go. Let's try and put some reasoning in this. They can't just wake up and go wait in a card game aisle. You know what I mean? For like an hour and then just afford all of the product they can buy. You know what I mean? So there's there's another rant down. If you're watching this and you have scalping tendencies, I don't know, don't honestly. And that's a bit about what his video was about too. Is I remember watching it and there's this guy in their battlecore who he was, I swear to God, he was making remarks, if I remember correctly, where it was just like, if you're scalping, don't. And I think that's that's like the best message to say, honestly, because it really is just like it doesn't affect anybody but you know the kids. Let's be real here. Like if an adult really wanted it and he had spare time, I think he could get it. Aside from certain things, like I saw this meme about the RTX 3060 cards, right? In like the 30 series cards, and just because of all those bots and stuff that buy them all instantaneously, like they were out of stock literally in like 5 seconds. Like you got to think that's like probably like tens of thousands of cards just gone, reduced to atoms, as they say. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's sad, and there's not really much producers can do about it because like we're in the middle of a pandemic. It's not like they can
produce full steam ahead, like an infinite amount of stuff to combat this. And it's just unfortunate. So if you're a kid, if you're a 7 year old, it's just I'm gonna call the rest of the audience that's not my friends is the 7 year olds. Yeah, just I don't know, hang in there. It gets better. Times were definitely different when we were kids. I feel like there was no problem getting anything when we were kids, but I guess scalping was just a lot less prevalent when we were kids, you know. So yeah, just hang in there. But anyway, this video has been going on for a hot minute, and I think this in particular obby. Oh, I forgot to say what we were playing. I think this one's just called like Rainbow Obby or something like that. But anyway, oh, we were doing good there. This one is very long. I heard this one was like 400, and I would love to sit here forever and do this, but I think it would actually be a neat idea to make this like a series of sorts. It'd be a couple episodes long, maybe do like 100 every episode. Because this one is long. Like it's I think like 400 or something of that sort. So yeah, we'll probably get to 100, and then and then end off this video. Maybe I don't know if this one gets received well. I guess maybe I'll finish it first and foremost, and then maybe I'll start doing longer ones. Because realistically, until I started this channel, I didn't really ever do the short ones anyway. I would always just hop into like an endless one or something like that that had like thousands of stages and just plug away. So yeah. But anyway, I don't know, to end off the video, we'll just we'll talk about certain things, I guess. We'll talk about this recent controversy. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I should apologize for that. So here, hold on, let me get into character. I sincerely apologize, and I'm sorry on behalf of my lack of judgment, and I should have never made those comments that I made, and I genuinely I'm sorry, guys. I'll do better. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll get my my Oscar right now. Hand it to me. But anyway, yeah. So I'll never tell you what the controversy was about, but I will tell you it did involve my character, I guess. And yeah. But to be honest, I mean, I even said it in one of my previous videos. I wanted the default character anyway, so I'm kind of like fine with it happening, because I guess I was gonna have to change it eventually, because I wanted the default character. So yeah, but there's not really much more to talk about, and it looks like we're gonna finish this quick. So maybe I'll just do like a small like side topic, I guess. So today, today I ain't got much going on. I don't know. Put in the comments what you're doing today. Maybe making some mac and cheese. If anybody's making mac and cheese, let me know. I will not come take it, but it's good information to have. You know what I mean? To be honest, I don't even know if I could make mac and cheese in a dorm room. It's kind of hard, but I'm just hanging out with me, myself, and I. That is a pretty good side to. Oh my God, we're at 100. Well, who cares? That's a pretty good side topic to talk about, actually. Before we end off the video, I can't really hang out with my friends right now because they've all, even though one of my friends, right, got a positive COVID test, and so in the effort of stay safe, all the kids out there, all the 7-year-olds, just remember, stay safe with this. And yeah, you got a positive test, so we all went into isolation, obviously, and we all got negative tests. He just got his COVID vaccine, so we're all pretty sure it's just that, obviously. You know, it's a positive because he literally got injected with the COVID vaccine. That is how vaccines work. So yeah, everybody else he came into contact with, everybody's negative, but for some reason, they are all staying quarantined for like also 2 weeks, even though they all got negatives. We all got negatives. We all proved we didn't have it. So I'm just basically hanging out with myself, just talking to them all over Discord and stuff like that. So that's a pretty recent occurrence for me, and that's, I guess, I don't know, what compelled me maybe to make 2 videos in the same day, or sorry, the same 2 day span, because normally that doesn't happen, you know. But I guess I wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe better safe than sorry, I guess, for all my friends. You know what I mean? It's just a bit unfortunate because, like I said, we really like to play like card games and board games together and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a bit boring, but I think come Thursday we should be able to play again, and it should be fun. We've gotten really into this card game I played as a child, right? Or maybe it would be like a preteen would be a better way to do it. Called Bang. If anybody's heard of it, and it's a game. Weirdly enough, I had forgotten about, and then we bought Tabletop Simulator one day, and I found it, and I was like, "Yo, I remember this game being sick because I played it at this summer camp I went to for like a well, I can say that. Who cares? Fuck it, ASU, right? So I went to this summer camp for Barrett Summer Scholars, right? Because I guess the scholar program there is called like Barrett's. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have a friend attending Barrett right now, which is pretty rad. Shout out to him. Unless he isn't. Regardless, he's really smart, so he probably could have been in there if he wanted to anyway. So yeah, I attended Barrett Summer Scholars, and this dude there had Bang, and it was actually super fun. And being an annoying preteen, I bugged him to play it. Literally like every day, and we played it every day. Shout out to that random guy. I think he was a foreign exchange student. That guy was cool for putting up with me being annoying and asking him at every waking moment to play that game. But for good reason. I introduced it to everybody. I bought it, and it's one of the best games I think I've ever played. You know what I mean? And I think everybody, all my friends can agree, it's a phenomenal game. So after we finish this stair set, I'm gonna quit monologuing. Maybe just remind me, and maybe we'll talk about Bang some more in the next episode, because this one this one has gone on way too long. So yeah, maybe besides Bang, sorry if I was boring you. I'll come back with some better material. If the better material is Bang, let me know. It feels like I'm blowing a stand-up set out here. You know what I mean? So thank you all for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.